Hey guys! Today is going to be the first video I'm making under the new channel name of SRC Reptiles, so the intro is going to be changing just a teeny bit, but that's perfectly fine. So today we're going to be doing a tank tour of all the reptiles. Raja got a new water dish, so I was going to give his old water dish to Ashir. I haven't had the chance to clean hers just yet because I've been working a lot, but I have the next 2 days off after today, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. But yeah, she likes to get the bedding, which is just paper bedding, in her water, so at least once or twice a day I have to take out bedding out of her water. So that's a very common occurrence. Anyway, this is her new look of her tank. And then of course her hot hide is down in here. This is her moist hide I got her, which is a really nice container. It actually was supposed to be for like a decorative outdoor candle kind of thing, but the place where I work, stuff was like 70% off, and so I decided to get that for her because it's plenty of space, it's ceramic, and it's really nice. So anyway, this is Ashir's tank, and she is my milk snake. Okay, moving on to my next snake. This is Raja's tank, and he is my corn snake. His tank has a lot deeper bedding because he is quite big compared to Ashir. He also loves to tunnel, as where she just kind of just chills and stuff. Except, I probably will be giving her some more bedding in the future, but right now she just really doesn't tunnel that much, and she also is not really that big compared to Raja. But yeah, that's why he got like 3 inches of bedding in here. She had like, if I had to guess, like 2 inches that I gave her, 2.5, somewhere in there. Anyway, Raja got a lot of stuff added to his tank, and stuff also got moved around. So we now have 2 of these plants. Well, it got dark all of a sudden for a second. We have 2 of these plants here. So he has one on this side and one on this side. He's of course got his bridge that he likes to travel on. He's got a hide here in the center. His moist hide is back here. I don't know if you guys can see it that well. His water dish is right there. He's got a vine right there to help him dry off when he gets out, and he also has a plant back there. And then he's got, of course, this hanging plant here, one that goes across the floor. He's got 2 back here, and his hot hide, which is back here. So that is his tank. And I moved his thermometer that monitors his hot hide out here so that I can see, and of course, this is his thermostat right here. So that is Raja's tank, and we'll move on to the crested gecko tanks. Okay, so this is Ember's tank, and her tank, it still has stuff in the same position, but I just kind of moved it around a teeny bit. So the vine is still obviously in the same place. Coconut can't really be moved, but it is more tilted this direction so that the vine, or not the vine, but so that the ladder can more lay across instead of just sagging in the middle like it was. We have this deal down here that I made out of a vine that I wasn't going to be using anymore in one of the other tanks. So that is what her tank looks like. She has a bunch of foliage. And then of course under here, she's probably actually sleeping in her coconut possibly right now. We'll look and see. Well, I don't see her. Let me feel. Oh, she is in there. Never mind. Let me see if I can see her a little bit better. Yeah, now I can see her. She is in there. She really loves her coconut. And then of course on the door she has her ledge where she has her water. She has a plant, and then she has a plant on this side. So you can see this is what it looks like when it is closed. And then we'll come over here to Magma's tank. He also has a plant, his water ledge, and another plant. And Magma's sitting right out in the open. Look at that pretty boy. What you doing? You want to come say hi? Here's Magma. Real pretty and fired up. Yeah. He's like, just put me back. There you go. So he has 2 corks. He's got one that lays on the floor, and then he's got this one here that used to be wrapped in a vine, but I decided to move that because the vine sagged so much, there wasn't any reason to really keep it. So this piece of river wood here supports the log to where it can be upwards, and then he normally likes to either sleep in there or he'll actually sleep in his coconut, which is weird because he never used to. So we have his mushroom ledge, His vine is holding this up, and if you ever use zip ties, always cover the tips with hot glue after you cut it. That way nothing cuts your reptile, whether it be a snake or a gecko, because I also used zip ties on his ladder down here, on Raja's ladder. So we've got his ledge here that he has as his soap dish. We've got his mushroom ledge up here, which he loves to hang out on. We've of course got a lot of plants here. His coconut hide, and then of course he has a bird ladder like Raja, except he just has one. He absolutely loves to sleep up there. Are you actually going to look at the camera? Look at this pretty boy. And then of course this fern back here is actually attached to the foam, so it wasn't going to be being repositioned. So anyway, that is Magma's tank. He is of course my second crested gecko out of the 4 adults. So we'll go ahead and go see the next 2 adults, and then we'll look at all the baby tanks. Okay, so here is the shared 30-gallon tank. Phoenix is on this side, and you can see that she is sleeping here on her hammock. And then Blaze is in this side. So in here, stuff definitely has changed. She got some new stuff, and she also just had stuff reorganized to where it kind of makes a little bit more sense. Move this over. So, let's see, we'll just kind of, I guess, lift this up. It's kind of difficult to show off their tank. So in here, Phoenix has her hammock, as you can see. She's got a plant here, back there, and then of course she does have the 2 in the front. And then she has a little ceramic hide down there. She's got her rock, oh my goodness. She has her branch, and I actually was able to attach that with Velcros to this side of the tank over here so that it wouldn't fall. And then we have her lay box down there and a little soap dish for her to sit on. And then, of course, these bamboo flexible ledges or rods, whatever you want to call them. But they're really nice. I love these. I've been buying more of them for my other tanks because now this tank has one on this side. And then Blaze also has one on this side. So she has her ledge where you can see she left a little present for me. So that is her side. And then over here, I'm going to re-support this with my other hand. We have Blaze's side. So I'll show you. When you lift this up, you can see she also, and she's sleeping on it right now, has a bamboo deal. She has a moist hide over here, and then, let me see if I can show you guys a little bit better. You can see she's got a teapot back there in the corner. That's what she likes to sleep in. And then she has the piece of wood that goes up and back over to here, and that's what this of course is attached to. And then she has a soap dish back there. You can kind of see it. So they're all kind of reorganized a little different. And then of course she has 2 plants on the front, and then she's got one there on the side. And I think that's all the plants that are in her tank. Yeah. Close this back. And for any of you guys that have tanks possibly like this, if you keep baking soda up here, it helps it to not get as stinky, and it keeps it a little bit fresher, especially for the geckos. And sometimes you just kind of want to stir it up a little bit so it doesn't solidify. Sometimes when I spray the water and it gets mist into there, it kind of does that. But yeah, so those are all of the adult gecko tanks. So now I'll show you the babies. Okay guys, so first we will look at Snickers' tank, and as you can see, she is sleeping on her bridge. So this is her tank. It's kind of simple, I suppose you could say. She's got 2 plants on this side, and she has 2 plants on this side, and then she has one right here, and then she has her ladder. I was going to do one in the back, but it kind of was bugging me just how tight the 2 plants were here, and then one in the middle. It just was bugging me, so I didn't even bother, because she normally doesn't hide in the plants. She either is on her ladder, where she likes to sleep on the front door. That's like her 2 favorite spots. She hardly ever goes inside this, but she likes to sleep in it. So that is Snickers. And then over here we've got Mischief, and he is on the ground for some reason. He does really like to sleep in his hide, so it could be that he's going to be going in there. So he has his plants here. And then he of course has his little bamboo dealie. And then he also has a plant on the front to offer some privacy. So I feel like if Snickers didn't have a bridge, that it probably would have a plant fit better in the back. But because it's there, it just kind of pushes against the bridge, and it doesn't really let it hang, it just sits there on the plants, so that's, I think, the main reason I decided to do that. Anyway, that is their tanks there. So we'll go ahead and look at these ones in here real quick. Okay guys, so these are 3 of the older babies, totes. So of course, obviously there's 1 baby in each tote. So in here, we have Bramble, and let me see if I can spot where he is right now. Okay, there he is. So he is sleeping right here. You can kind of see him. He's just taking a snooze. I'm not going to disturb him since he's out in the spot where he's sleeping, but in here we have Cappuccino. So here's what he looks like. He's getting big. He's my little cootie. Yeah. He's got a really nice long tail like his mom. You can see his tail's really long compared to some of the other babies. Go ahead and set you back in there. Got it? So this is his tank. And his tank definitely does not feel as full to me as Bramble's because there's a vine in his and there's not one in here. So it's definitely been bugging me. And the same with Toffee's. But the only thing that's a pain is to get a vine like this, I have to buy a 6-foot vine and cut it into pieces, and it's kind of a pain sometimes. So in here is Toffee's tank, and since she's roaming about, I'll grab her so you can see her. So here is Toffee. You can kind of see her. Let me see if I can turn the light on and see if you can see her better. Come here for a second. You don't need to go back into hiding. You were just over here. Come here. So you can kind of see her colors. She's really pretty. The light doesn't really help though because it makes everything look orange. That's why I was trying to have the window lighting in here. Oh, someone else is coming to say hi. How are you? Huh? So anyway, that is the 3 totes that we have here. I'm expecting to get 2 more of those bamboo rods in the mail soon. So I'll probably put 1 in each of these tanks, and that probably will definitely help me feel better about them being empty looking. But I was supposed to have gotten the bamboo rods from Amazon way sooner, and they haven't arrived yet. So this here is Indigo's tank. We have 2 more babies to see after this, and then we'll be done with the tank tours. So she is the baby that I'm keeping from Ember, the only baby I'm actually keeping from Ember. The other 2 that you saw, Mischief and Snickers, are from Blaze and Magma, as where Indigo is from Ember and Magma. So her tank has 5 plants in the inside, and then she's got 1 on the door. Actually, let me check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, she's got 5. And then she has her cork round there in the bottom, and then her water dish that she turned over, which you can see there. I've been needing to get more of the custom-made ledges like what the adults have, because I got them off of Etsy. And I really like them because they're big and they hold the larger cups that I have there. So over here we have Harmony, and she is my extreme Harlequin, and this is her tank. So we've got a lot going on in here. I've changed it around a lot since I cleaned her tank. So we've got a plant here. We've got, of course, her vine that wraps around the bamboo. We've got a plant there in the back, 1 over here. And, of course, we have this plant in here now that wasn't here before. And we've got a hide. So that is what her tank looks like. And this one is a little bit smaller than the Exoterras. This one is a Zoomed, and it's only 15 inches tall instead of 18. So when I get the chance, after I sell some of the babies, I'm just going to set that zip tie up there for now. I'm going to be getting her an actual sized tank and putting it over on that shelving unit. And that's probably also where I'm going to move Indigo's tank once those 3 have found homes. So that way the shelving unit over here I'll be able to use for other stuff. Okay. So in here is the last baby. This is Whisper. This one is Indigo's brother. And this is his tank here. So he has got 4 plants, which is normally the typical amount that I put in here when it comes to the hanging plants. And then he has one of these. This is what you've probably seen in some of the other babies' tanks. It's a really nice ceramic bird house, I'm assuming is what it was. It had like some twine here to hang it from. The place where I worked also had those on sale, and I got, I think, 3 or 4 of those. So I really like them, and they work really well for the hides. The babies like getting in them because they're so large, like the opening and stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day.